Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Now, I'm going to be reading for June 23rd through the 29th. I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy. I am a Reiki master practitioner, and I've done a lot of different, I have learned and I incorporate a lot of different types of Reiki disciplines with what I do. But I always want you to remember that these are general readings. They may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. I call myself more of an intuitive channeler. I open myself to God, Source, Jesus, and I ask to be that pure channel and let only what needs to be said come through me. Okay? And I hope that these messages provide you maybe with a little bit of enjoyment, a little bit of information, and maybe a little bit of healing, because we are in a tough time right now in the world. And I'll let you know, many of us, and I think it's the people that really join with me. I think that we did. I know people have said, why did I sign up for this? But we signed up for this, and we're here to show our light. So that's when I tell you at the end, always know that you are loved, because you are. You are loved by the divine. You are loved by God, Source, Jesus. Whatever you believe, your beliefs, okay? That's not why I do what I do. It is not, your beliefs are your beliefs. But you are loved. Stay shining, because, there's so many ways that they try to hide who is they, the darker energies, try to hide our light. And be blessed, because we can never have enough blessings, okay? Okay, so the cards I'm going to use, now this is the overview. The cards I'm going to use when I'm sending out the regular ones, the ones that are more aligned with astrological signs, I will be using, let's see, oops, I'm a little crooked here. I will be using and I like Radley Valentine cards. They connected with me, and so I do use them a lot. I will use my Archangel Power Tarot cards. I will use the Guardian Angel Tarot cards. I will use also the Inspirational Wisdom from Angels and Fairies, and that is helps if I put my glasses on, doesn't it? That's written by Frances Monroe, artwork by Judy Mastrangelo, and also my Emily Anderson crystal deck. This is an old favorite of mine. Now, let's see, what else? Oh, I am going to be using these cards too. It is Dream Oracle cards for the Awakening Dreamer, Kelly Sullivan Walden, Fusion Art by Razuli. Okay, now for these readings, I will use again Radley Valentine, my Archangel Answers cards, my Angel, no, what are these? My Angel Wisdom Tarot cards, and my Fairy Tarot cards, okay? Now, let's see again. Remember, I've prayed, meditated, I've done all the things I feel that I need to cleanse the energies, but also to ask God to just give me what I need to give you what you might need. But let's see what we're going to do here. I'm always going to, for this type, there's the one website that I like, and I'll tell you a little bit more about it. And here we go. I have not met this person, don't know anything about him, but I do like how he puts everything together and gives enough information for us to draw our own conclusion. So www.the-astrologer.net. It's Johnny Waxman. He's in Poland. There is a picture of him. So he does talk about expect the unexpected. He goes through some things about Pluto, destructive, brings about new beginnings. It also helps to see and helps to unfold the future. So now we have our sun in Cancer from the 20th of June to the 22nd of July. Now remember, this is more European time, so it could be the 20th, 21st. So we'll just have a little bit of grace with with when this starts. Talks about Leo coming up 22nd of July to 22nd of August. So we got a lot of twos, because a lot of times Leo will begin around that 23rd, but we have this 2-2, 2-2. We have again 2-2, 2-2, but here we have the 2-0, and this is actually the Judgment card in the tarot. Twos are High Priestess, 4 is the Emperor. So This is all very twos, very choices, decisions, partnerships. Okay, so here we go. You'll always eventually get to your destination, even on the path you chose to avoid it. There's so many times that we know what we're supposed to do. We just choose not to do it. But you know what? What happens is we wind up doing it anyway. So here we go. Let's see. Cancer is a water sign along with Scorpio and Pisces. He's saying, and this is a real good observation. It's actually going to begin the 17th of June. And also to remember, we have 2024. Suddenly and early on the 17th of June, the full moon is on the 21st, but also on the 22nd of June. Immediately planets enter Cancer, and it will be surprising. Now, the planets that are actually in Cancer will have no squares, so it won't be putting any pressure on any on any of the other planets. Now, remember, water is spiritual, it's fluid, it is very connected with emotional energy too. It's very connected with the moon energy. So the reason he's saying that it's going to start on the 17th is Mercury, and Mercury and Venus will be in Cancer on the 17th of June. Now, it starts off on the 17th in Gemini, and then towards the end of the day, it switches over. So so it starts off in a very intellectual time. It ends in a very spiritual and emotional time with this. And Mercury is information. It's, the things that we hear, maybe like YouTube, internet, it's also very electrical energy, very quick energy. And Venus is all about emotional energy. And Venus really likes to be in Gemini, so it is switching from that intellectual relationship type of energy to a more emotional energy here. So now we've talked about Sun in Cancer. We've talked about that there's a full moon, 1 degree. 1 degree is also the Magician card. Magician is you can make, it is very much, it's a very empowering card. It is as in heaven, so on earth. And it is the manifesting card. It's in Capricorn, which is it's the mirror to Cancer. It is on the 21st. Now, 21st and 22nd, but the 21st is the World card. The World means, hey, you've done a great job. Let's rest a little bit and get ready to start a new journey. So he's saying that Cancer defines sensible and permanent, vibes of honesty and stability, healthy via eliminating toxicity, and it's lucky via eliminating nonsense. But these are things, the eliminating toxicity and eliminating nonsenses are things that we have to choose. So remember, that's kind of what I'm saying with the full moon is release what's not good for you anymore. And you may not even know what that is. So ask God, ask Source, hey, I let go. I release what's not good for me. Relinquish the things that you know aren't good for you, and then request. So the eliminating is actually you making some decisions and then asking God, Source, to help you with that. Now, this is interesting that he talks about Mars. When Mars is in Cancer, it will strengthen the goodness. Now, he's saying that Mars goes in Cancer the 4th to the 4th. So the 4th of September to the 4th of November. And then he repeats it. So it must be something we need to really think about with that. Now, the 4th, again, let's see, that would be the Emperor card. So there is organization, leadership. It is stability also. And then on the 5th of November, it will go to Leo, and then it will be in Leo until it decides to go retrograde. And then on the 6th of January next year, it goes retrograde back in Mars. So the 6th to the 18th of April. So there will be a lot of honesty. There will be a lot of strength. Remember, this is what he's talking about, honesty and stability around that time. Okay, so let's see. We've talked about how 17th that Mercury and Venus will enter Cancer. He's saying the 20th will be sudden and surprising destiny's results. And again, we've talked about that. We've talked about the full moon, but it's always okay. It's okay to go through this. Opposing means that there is a little bit of there's kind of like some headbutting there going on. Trining is partnering. Sextile is a partner too, but it's a looser type of partner. And now we go to the week that we're talking about. Really is the 23rd through, what did I say, the 29th. Mercury. No, okay, so here, 6 is the lovers, okay, the lovers cards. It's relationship cards. I'm going to the 22nd of June. Venus, 6 degrees, Cancer, sextiling, loose connection with Mars, 6 degrees, and Taurus. Now, Venus and Mars, they're actually, they're like the it couple. So we have the lovers card. The lovers has about choices. It does have about relationship. It does also help to bring about healing. So there might be some relationships that need to be healing, especially with this Mars 6 degrees in Taurus. So we go to the 26th, Mercury, 19. Now 19 is the Sun card. That is I think that's probably the best card you can have. It's like everything is glorious. It is trining, so it's partnering with Saturn. Saturn is about rules, regulations. It's also karmic energy, and it's in Pisces, which is also about the dreamer, and it's also the deep hidden waters, okay? So there could be some karmic energies coming up from the deep, and it could be on the 26th, you could be hearing about that. So we've talked about 2s and 6s. We have Cancer sextiling with Mars. 7 is the Chariot card, so a lot of times there is very fast energy with that. When I get the Chariot, I say, let go and let God. We do have on the 30th, we do have Saturn going retrograde, and again at 19 degrees with Pisces. So something interesting could be very much going on. Mercury, 25, Cancer, sextiling with Uranus. Uranus is that expect the unexpected, and it is in Taurus, so it could be expect the unexpected with finances, money, job. But Mercury, we could be hearing news about that. So there's a lot of interesting stuff. We've got more going on, but we'll come to that too. I won't go quite over the Cancerian part, during that time, for our next one, but we just did start Cancer, so it's always an interesting time, right? We live in interesting times, which they say could be both a blessing and a curse. Okay, so let's go on and see the 23rd through the 29th. What is going on? What is going on? I feel lots of, I keep feeling that there's going to be a lot of a lot of things are coming out, okay? More and more and more. So honesty and stability, remember Mercury in Cancer, right? Mercury in Cancer, there could be a lot of hidden secrets coming out. Things that I don't want to say people per se, things not wanting the general public to know. So there could be a lot of disclosure in small groups, but also in large groups. Okay, so disclosure. Let's see, higher power, what else do you want to say for this time, because now we are in Cancer season. Okay, let's see. Higher power, Holy Spirit, what do you want to say to everybody out there? Yeah, I keep getting a disclosure coming. May not make everybody happy, may make, it'll be an interesting time. Again, we live in interesting times. Here we go. First card. Now remember, anything reversed to me has a little stronger message. So we have this, we have a 1. 1 is a new beginning, is a new start. We have fire energy. That is Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. Leo will be coming at I told you around July 22nd. So things will be shifting towards that. Fire is very combustible. It is very consuming. It's very, very passionate. Fire can be used for both good or for bad. I mean, it can heat your food or it can burn your food. It can provide you warmth or it can burn you down. So it's a very, fire has, all of the energies have two sides to it. And that's another reason I say that we need to always keep our light, shining, because we want to pull towards that positive sign. Okay. So there is something happening that's going to really open up people's eyes with this. There's going to be something happening that's really going to be kind of like, oh my gosh, and now because of this, now that I know a little bit more, again, that Mercury in Cancer, I can use that information to make some changes. So the world is really on a precipice right now. The earth is trying to make these changes happen right now. So the one of fire, one of wands is, oh, and it's also connected with Metatron. Metatron is, and that's why I like these cards. They tell you so much more than just the one part. Metatron is believed to have been Enoch. Enoch before the flood talked with God, so knows what the human condition is, along with Elijah, and then was transported into the heavens. Zero is a lot is to do with the Fool card. Have faith, leap of faith, transformational type of faith, new beginning type of faith also. So there's a shift happening. There is things changing. It's going to be very passionate. So you could have people, just like, this is what we have to do, or people just letting things happen because they know this is what we have to do. Okay, let's see what this card is reversed again. Now we have the Queen of Water. So now court cards have two energies. This is how I read them, how I feel about the court cards. Queen's underlying energy is water. So basically, the page is earth energy. So that would be your money, job, career. The knight is fire energy. So that would be, again, passionate, burning, very determined, very committed. Queen is water energy. Again, very emotional, spiritual, very, very loving in many ways, but a little bit, well, all the queens can be a little bit controlling. So, the queen does what she does out of love. Let's put it that way. And king's underlying energy is air. And that is, basically thought processes, thinking things through, making some plans. So so whatever this is, whatever this precipice is, whatever this leap of faith is, there's an emotional, caring energy around trying to get people, trying to get the earth in that healthier space. Remember, when the earth is healthy, and when the earth is healthy, the people are healthy. And, I don't even want to go down any of that in itself. We just need to live the best lives we can, and we have to be good stewards of the earth, okay? And I'll just leave it at that. So the queen is a loving, compassionate psychic. So there could be too, because remember, on the 20th, we are also at that solstice. We have Midsummer's Eve. There's a lot of thinning of the veil. And when I talk about the veil, that's what separates the natural from the supernatural, the physical from the metaphysical. And it has been thinning. It thins around solstices, equinoxes, certain high holidays. So it thins. And then as it passes, it's supposed to get to a thicker place so that we are more grounded. We are more in the reality of the natural world. What I have been feeling, though, and there's a lot of people that have supported that, supported this, is that the veil, so say that the veil was supposed to be 2 feet, okay, and I'm just being linear, I'm being in the physical, it's not really 2 feet, but say that it's supposed to be 2 feet, and then it would get down to 1 foot. So, and then it's supposed to go back to 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, you'll find out, or I have been feeling, probably since I started doing this in 2018, that instead of getting back to 2 feet, it was maybe getting back to 20 inches, okay? And then it would get down, instead of getting down to the foot, it was getting down to 10 inches. So it was, and then I feel like the veil now, instead of when we're in the thicker parts, it's more like about 7 to 12 inches. I don't know what 7 comes up to. So it gets to 7 to 12. And when we get to these points, I feel like it gets down to like 2 to 3, okay? It just isn't getting to that major separation anymore. Okay, so did I say this? Loving, compassionate, psychic, self-sacrificing, deep physical insights, caring for others, but forgetting to take care of yourself. Trust your intuition, a deep love of family and friends, follow your heart. And then we have this. Now we have the Hermit, major arcana. So we have a minor arcana, we have a court card, and now we have a major arcana. So this is the Hermit. This goes back to Raziel. This is a number 9. 9 is a completion. 9 says, Okay, you've got everything you need. Let's all put it together. Now, Raziel is also part of the magician, the one that, number one, when we talked about one, the magician, the one that has the ability to manifest, that believes that things can happen. But with the hermit and the magician too, but the hermit says you've got to connect with source. You've got to connect with God. You have to connect with the higher power. So this might be a day of prayer, this, or maybe even a week of prayer. This is, when it says, pray without ceasing, we all know what that's like. Oh, please help me, please help me, please help me, please help me. So we have the hermit, pray without ceasing. Things are happening, things are closing up, things are shifting. Continue with prayer. So time spent in peaceful meditation and meaningful solitude. Shine your light as an example to others. Seek out or become a spiritual mentor. There's a lot of self-discovery going on too. Now I'm going to pull out my fairy tarot cards, and it's like, well, fairies and angels, and where do fairies belong? Well, I believe fairies are like our earth angels. Okay, there's so much more to this world, or to this universe, the world, than we even know. And to think that we know it all is, it's very arrogant. There are some things that I feel very concrete on, but most things I'm kind of like, oh, this is what I think. This is what I think. So I feel like fairies are earth energies, are earth angels, but at the same time that there are angels that are of God, source, there are also the angels that left their first estate. So I would imagine the same thing happened with the fairies. There are fairies that are very loving, caring, could be very strict too. Don't think that loving and caring means that they're going to spoil. It doesn't mean that. So let's see what else we have. Okay, higher power, Holy Spirit, fairies of the earth. What do you want to say? What is going on here? What's going on? This is also reversed. So everything has been reversed here. The Four of Winter. So now this is for stability, organization, leadership. It is minor arcana. Winter is our Aquarius, our Gemini, and it's our Libra energy. It's our thought processes, thinking things through, making plans. And I do love the Four of Winter. It basically says, rest for now. Rest for now. You don't have to do anything. Let whatever's going on be, let whatever the energies are do their work. All you need to do is rest. Now, the hermit would say rest in prayer and, meditate and connect. But this one just says rest. So this says also, set aside your concerns for now. You can make a decision later. So so basically, as all this is going on, we need to be observers and not necessarily action doers, okay? Solutions that come from meditation, the need for more sleep, or a vacation. Okay, so there's just rest for now. Let things go. Let things work around you. Or maybe it's the earth needs a little bit of a rest also. But there's something brewing. That one of fire, something is brewing, and it's they say it's an amazing opportunity. So let things happen. Let things happen. We don't have to jump in and muddy the waters, okay, or stir up stuff. All right. Does any of that make sense? I hope it does. I hope it does. I hope you enjoyed this too. Anyway, I will be doing my readings for the astrological signs. Hopefully I will get them all out today. If not, then tomorrow. We have an interesting day, an interesting week even for this week, and then we continue. All right, so do me a favor, because this helps. It really helps me stay on air. Please like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. And as I said in the beginning, always know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.